I had a rather smart idea before. Then I went to lay down for half an hour. But no, the idea I had was this. I thought to myself, when am I most likely to sit down and watch a YouTube video, especially one that's something to do with work? And the truth is, I will probably do that when I'm having a coffee. So my brilliant idea is this. Isn't that also then a good time to make a video? So I'm here with my coffee. You've probably noticed my Everton mug, despite another pathetic performance last night. And you can be there with your coffee, and we can have a good chat about stuff. Now, what I thought we'd talk about today was about the day I lost a client. Now, I didn't lose the case. I won the case, although to be honest, the details of the case are not the most important point of this story. No, I lost a client. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking the client got bored or she got fed up and went off somewhere else. When we say we lose a client, it means we've lost them to a competitor. No, I lost a client in the same way that you might lose your car keys or the same way you might lose your phone. And I have to say, I experienced a similar panic as you might have done if one of those things has happened to you. So what happened was this. It was a straightforward case. We were suing the council for housing disrepair. And this client was an elderly woman. Well, I say elderly because I've been telling this story for years, and to be honest, she probably was about the same age as I am now, but she seemed elderly at the time. And she had no experience of court at all. She'd never set foot across the door of a court in her life. She associated going to court with going to prison, and the sheer thought of going to court just instilled terror. So I, in my super smooth, experienced way, said, "You've nothing to worry about, madam. I'll look after you. I've been there many times. I know the system. I'll meet you at the door of the court and I'll take you through and I'll sit with you and I'll make sure everything's okay and you've got nothing to fear. We're the good guys." And so the day came and I did meet her outside and I took her through to meet our barrister. And he was sat there in his gown and his wig because he was about to go into court on another matter. But it was straightforward. We had a quick chat about what the problem was. He made some notes, and then he said, "Okay, Mrs. Smith," not her real name, obviously, "I'll see what I can do for you." And off he toddled. And I sat her down outside and said, "I'm just going off to do something myself. I think I went to make a phone call." And then over the tannoy, her name is called, and I went to get her to take her into court. She wasn't there. I thought, whoops, I wonder where she's gone. But maybe she's popped to the loo. So I hung around for a minute outside the ladies' loo. Nothing. But maybe she's gone to make a telephone call. I should say this was a long time ago. There were no mobiles then. She would have had to go to a phone box. Nowhere near the phone boxes. But maybe she's popped up a quick cup of tea to calm her nerves. So I ran down to where the coffee machine was. No, she was nowhere to be seen. And with that increasing sense of panic building up in me, the moment came when we had to go in before the judge, and she was nowhere to be found. So we had to adjourn the hearing, and we all just went. Well, I had to find out what happened, didn't I? So I straight back to my car, went back to the office, did some bits and bobs, and I thought, I'm going to have to find out. I hope she's all right. I mean, she seemed all right when I left her. And so I toddled off to her house, knocked on the door, and there she was, happy, smiling, without a care in the world. And I said, "Hello, Mrs. Smith. What happened?" And she said, "I was going to ask you the same." And I said, No, I meant, where were you? We were waiting for you to go into court." And she just looked at me, very perplexed. And you know what? She thought that her meeting with the barrister was the court hearing. She saw this man in fancy dress, with a funny wig on, and she thought he was the judge. And she thought our little meeting in the room was the court hearing, and she was rather surprised that it was far more straightforward than she believed. Eventually, we did get it all sorted, and the sense of relief I had was palpable. And so the message from this, the moral of this story is this: never assume that your client has got the first clue what is going on. I did. I just took for granted. We have our meeting with our barrister, and then she'll sit and wait, and then eventually we'll call. And of course, for somebody who doesn't know the system, she thought what we'd had with the barrister was the court hearing, and then she toddled off home as soon as that was finished. And so, listen, that's the message from this. Have a sip of your coffee and just think, do my clients have any idea what is going on? I live in this legal world. I talk this legal language. I've got my legal friends. I know what I'm doing. But somebody out there has probably got no idea. And you can make your life a lot less stressful if you just make sure your clients just have got a clue what is going on. Cheers.